Are they going to play before people or just empty seats? We'll have Selection Sunday coming up this Sunday, and we'll let you know who's going to be playing and where. San Diego State, the Aztecs, will be in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. We just kind of have to wait and see where. Of course, we'll root for the Aztecs. Right now, we've got a look at the tournament.
The tournament's best, sponsored by Geico, proud partner of March Madness.
Purdue in the front court. Edwards has it between the circles. Over to Klein. Fade away three to top. That's good. He just came in off the bench with 4 fouls. Knocks down the three, and we're tied at 70.
Purdue knocked off Tennessee 99-94 in a Sweet 16 overtime battle last year. The Boilermakers' title hopes were dashed 2 days later in a loss to eventual national champ Virginia. Hear Westwood One's coverage of this year's tournament right here.
And now another edition of Obvious News from Geico.
Obvious News!
Experts now say that wearing more clothes in the winter will, in fact, help you be warmer. We asked cold victim Trent Patterson about this, and here's what he said.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I was a little cold, put on a sweater, then wasn't cold. I was like, what?
Also in Obvious News, Geico makes it easy to save money and easy to reach them, with licensed agents available around the clock. So switching is a really smart decision. That's Obvious News from Geico.
Obvious News!
Spring is for exploring. It's time to blaze new trails with old friends. Polaris makes you unstoppable with instant traction from the industry's fastest engaging all-wheel drive and the added confidence of the industry's most advanced intelligent suspension. See your Polaris dealer now for the season's best deals on off-road's broadest lineup during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Liberty Motorsports, your Polaris dealer, 1999 Arizona Avenue in Yuma.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and drive.
Well, good morning, Gene.
Well, good morning.
It's another beautiful day.
It certainly is.
Yes.
I'm going to take this down here. I never have liked looking at the back of a clock.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, okay.
It makes time, I guess.
Yeah. You know, we really didn't have much of a chance to talk about the fair.
We
didn't? It ran through Sunday, right? It's over, it's done.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was great. I know getting out at the fair and visiting with people that many you haven't seen, well, since last fair or, you know, even a fair a couple of years ago.
A fair or a couple, yeah.
Yeah, and many KXO alumni came by to include Lynn. At that time, her name was Huber. Lynn Huber worked at KXO when she was in high school. Worked in the office.
I missed that one. You knew Lynn? I didn't.
I did not know her. She came up and introduced herself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she was pre my time.
She was pre my time as well, but Mark Hannon was the
manager at
manager of KXO at the time.
All right. Well, I recognize that name.
Yeah, and that name, I never met Mark Hannon.
Never did either. Would have liked to.
Everybody indicated just one heck of a guy. Really good guy.
Yeah,
okay.
Very much. Now, I heard that Floor came by.
Yes, and all sorts of other former KXO people. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, Gabe Lamousse, he visited with Floor. And, you know, I think if I understood right, she comes down usually for the fair every year, if my memory serves me right.
She lives in Coachella.
Coachella.
And she does listen. We've got a pretty good following in Coachella.
In Coachella?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know our signal gets into certain areas there. We're on the fringes, as they say.
And around the fringes, that would be us, right?
Yes, that's right.
On the fringe of reality.
Yes, sirree.
Oh, and coming up in the news, the patient that presented at El Centro Regional Medical Center on Sunday showing symptoms of the COVID-19.
Why don't they just call it coronavirus?
Well, the deal is there are many strains of the coronavirus. The COVID-19 is the one that is of concern. That's why they've kind of shifted from saying just coronavirus, which is like that's saying Ford when you're actually talking about a Galaxy. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that sure convinced me.
Okay. And what you keep hearing is it's not if, it is when. And it will be here. But Dr. Al-Jazim, who is an infectious disease physician, his specialty, basically said the virus has very short lifespan on surfaces. And soap and water in your hands, it will be spread by contact with somebody infected, not so much on the surfaces. And he said, a face mask, if you have if you're sick, wear the face mask so you don't spread. But if you're not sick, face mask isn't going to do you a lot of good.
Okay.
And don't panic. You do not have to stock up on water, on toilet paper. You just kind of shake your head.
Well, let me give you a little secret.
All the misinformation flying around on unsocial media.
We have, in your house, you have what's called a faucet. A water faucet.
Yes, and that water will not be affected by corona or COVID.
You can drink it.
You can. How about some birthdays today?
How about some birthdays?
Yeah, Sam Donaldson is 86. Flaco Jimenez of the Texas Tornadoes is 81. Actress Trisha O'Neill, 75. Actor Mark Metcalf from Animal House, he's 74. Singer Mark Stein of Vanilla Fudge, 73. Bobby, Let's Be Happy McFerrin is 70. And singer Cheryl Lynn, 69. Actress Susan Richardson is 68. Actor Elias Koteas is 59. Actor Peter Berg, 58. Actor Jeffrey Nordling, 58. Actress Alex Kingston, 57. Actor John Barrowman, 53. Actor Terrence Howard, 51. Actor Johnny Knoxville, 49. Actor David Anzer is 39. Actress Thora Birch is 38. And we even have some local birthdays to celebrate today. You ready?
I'm ready.
We're celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday, Louis Pineda, Adam Perez, Adrian Castellanos, Angie Garcia, Barbara Rios, Bobby Vasquez, Dan LaBelle, David Loera, David Ramirez, Ed Mealy, Elizabeth Wilson, Joseph Perez, Kimberly Vasquez, Renee Santillan, Sarah Hilfiger, Sylvia Nelson, Ricardo Ortega, Paula Escalante, Ana Escalante, Mario Ipino, Yahara Carbajal, Will Thomas Jr., Sylvia Nelson, Susan Carrion, Sylvia Moreno, Patty Martinez, Nicole Morales, Matthew Edwards, Maria Calderon, Margarita Farrow. Happy birthday from KXO Radio. And we're celebrating with all of them, right?
Every single one of them.
Okay. Well, new study out by the University of Arkansas, coffee does not boost creativity. Now, if that's true, how come Starbucks baristas have so many creative ways to spell my name on the cup? Huh? Yeah, how many times do they get your name right, too?
That's the exception.
Yes.
Not the norm. That's for sure.
I have bet, okay, there's an extra buck in this if you can spell my name right. So.
And that doesn't happen too
No, it
often.
doesn't.
Not too often.
Okay. Are you ready for news?
Yeah, I just got to shake the water out a little bit here.
Okay. We've got to look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialists. For sales, for service, call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News special report, a warning on the coronavirus from Dr. Anthony Fauci at the NIH. He says things will get worse before they get better.
The next month, the next several months, we're going to have to rely on public health measures to contain this outbreak.
He says a vaccine won't be ready for more than a year, and treatments are at least months away. New York Congressman Carroll and Maloney frustrated over the slow pace of diagnostics.
South Korea has now tested more than 196,000 people, but we are not anywhere close to that.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee expected to ban large public gatherings in and around Seattle. Mayor Lori Lightfoot has just announced.
Out in abundance of caution, Chicago is postponing this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade and the River Dyeing event downtown.
Mayor de Blasio says he's considering scrapping New York's parade. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Whatever the weather brings this summer, you can rely on a York Affinity Premium Comfort System to keep your home cool and comfortable. Our new Affinity systems are smarter, more connected, and more efficient than ever before, and cut your energy costs by as much as 50%. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, at 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system and learn how you can move up to a new level of comfort and efficiency this season. Call now and ask about our 10-year extended labor warranty. Contractor's license 696216.
California headline news, state officials pushing for the federal government to give them more resources to combat the spread of coronavirus. Governor Gavin Newsom saying the Trump administration hasn't been forthcoming about the availability of test kits.
We have 7,675 tests available, but not every one of those tests can be accessed because all the ingredients are not available at all of the labs.
Vice President Mike Pence promising Tuesday 4 million more test kits will be sent to labs across the country. LA Lakers star LeBron James changing his tune about refusing to play if fans are kept from attending games.
Obviously, we're going to listen to whatever protocol that's going on with this issue. And, and obviously we got, the great people upstairs that's going to do what's best for the franchise.
James saying last week he wouldn't play in an empty arena. Talks ongoing about possibly hosting games without fans in attendance. The Big West Conference holding its men's and women's tournaments in Long Beach and Anaheim without fans in attendance. More rain in the forecast for Southern California for the next several days. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For all your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today.
America is a great big country
filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
new roads, health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Learn more at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
This is a declaration of deliciousness. Garlic butter is taking over at Church's, starring Church's $5 shrimp and tenders platter. Or garlic butter shrimp, 2 tenders, fries, slaw, and a biscuit. Church's, bringing that down home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
Sweet and salty bars from Nature Valley are a perfect combination of sweet and salty. So take a moment for yourself out here. You deserve every last bite. Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars, now available in minis.
California. It's page one of the local news, page one of service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane, right next to Food for Less on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Wednesday morning, the Food and Entertainment Fest at NAF El Centro is canceled. George Gale, explain.
It had been scheduled for this Friday. Naval Air Facility El Centro announced the cancellation of the 2020 Food and Entertainment Fest Tuesday morning. Christopher Hoff, Public Affairs Officer for NAF, said at the request of a Commander Navy Region Southwest, they were asked to limit the scope of their upcoming open house events this weekend. To that end, Hoff said they decided to cancel the Food and Entertainment Fest and press forward with the air show. He said they understand this is a tremendous shock to the Imperial Valley and raises many questions. Hoff said the action is being taken out of an abundance of caution to both ensure the welfare of the base personnel and the families residing on the base, and that NAF El Centro can continue its essential mission of providing premier aviation training facilities. He said they regret any inconvenience this has caused to the local community, but understand that their primary responsibility remains the safety of their force, their families, and their communities, both inside and outside the fence lines. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Yuma County Sheriff's Office is investigating an accident that occurred Monday night. The accident occurred at about 8:15 p.m. at County 14th Street near Avenue 1E. A pickup truck traveling westbound on County 14 went out of control, ran off the roadway, and collided with a utility pole. The driver, 20-year-old Gabriel Garcia of Yuma, died at the scene. The accident remains under investigation. The sheriff's office said that alcohol does not appear to be a factor in the accident. KXO News Time 7:43.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers for your service needs. Whether it's a lube job, oil and filter change, brake job, battery or wheel balance and alignment, Quick Lane can handle it. And Quick Lane services all makes and all models. Oh, and by the way, you never need an appointment. Tires, all the best brands at the best price, guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, right next to Food for Less.
In other local news, a convicted murderer is in custody in Imperial County. Here's more on that story.
He was caught trying to smuggle people. It happened Saturday evening at around 5:30 p.m. A man driving a Chevy pickup approached the Highway 86 checkpoint. Vehicle contained 4 passengers. During the immigration interview, the driver said the 3 occupants sitting in the back seat had their immigration documents in their bags in the bed of the truck. Border Patrol agents sent the pickup to the secondary inspection area. During the more detailed inspection, agents determined the 3 in the back seat were undocumented immigrants. A records check on the driver determined he was a 48-year-old male who had been convicted of murder in November 1997 out of Orange. He also had felony convictions for carrying a loaded firearm, possession of a controlled substance, and participation in a criminal street gang. The driver and female front passenger, both U.S. citizens, were arrested for human smuggling. The other 3, all Mexican citizens, were arrested for being illegally present in the United States. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And that concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane, with 2 locations in the Valley. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Are you looking for something special? Then I suggest the Peanut Patch in Yuma. Leave an impression with a gift from the Peanut Patch. The Peanut Patch in Yuma has some great ideas. How about fudge? Yeah, 80+ different handmade, melt-in-your-mouth flavors of fudge. They've got colossal dates. Yeah, they've got raw, salted, roasted, blanched, in the shell, out of the shell peanuts. All at the Peanut Patch. Or how about delicious, single-ingredient peanut butter? It's peanuts. That's it. Nothing added, nothing needed. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Visit. They're open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. They have tours free every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Visit the Peanut Patch. Something very special. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
A smuggling attempt foiled over the weekend. Here's more on that story.
It happened Sunday evening at around 9:35 p.m. Border Patrol agents conducted a vehicle stop near Heil and 7th Street in El Centro. Agents recognized the driver of the Toyota as a convicted alien smuggler. Driver was questioned, and it was determined the man was on supervised release for alien smuggling. The agents received consent to search the vehicle and discovered a loaded Star 9mm pistol under the driver's seat. A driver was arrested for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. A search of the driver resulted in the discovery of a glass pipe with methamphetamine residue. The driver, a 30-year-old U.S. citizen, was arrested and is being held in federal custody pending further prosecution. Weapon and paraphernalia were seized as evidence. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The County Register of Voters has released an update on the March 3rd presidential primary election. As of Monday, there are nearly 6,000 votes yet to be counted. With the latest returns, several contested races got a little tighter. In the Imperial Irrigation District Division 2 race, challenger J.B. Hamby extended his lead over incumbent Bruce Kuhn. In earlier results, Hamby had 40.78% of the votes, with Kuhn at 27.3% of the ballots cast. As of Monday, Hamby was 41.6, or 1,781 votes, and Kuhn was 1,152 for 26.93%. Ryan Childers is still in the race for second place and a shot at the November runoff. Childers now has 1,086 votes for a 25.39% share of the spoils. The race of County Supervisorial District 2 has tightened a bit, with incumbent Luis Blancarte retaining his lead over challenger Claudia Camarena, but that lead has narrowed from 57.77% to 56.66%. In the IID Division 4 race, incumbent Eric Ortega and challenger Javier Gonzalez appear destined for the November ballot. As of Monday, there were 3,290 vote-by-mail ballots, including ballots forwarded by other counties remaining to be counted. There were 1,680 provisional ballots and 305 conditional voter registration provisional ballots, and 655 other ballots, including unprocessed ballots that are damaged, need to be remade, or require further review, for an estimated total of 5,930 ballots to be counted. A man, listen closely, found in the seat of a car. George Gale filed this story.
Literally, it happened at the Kxo downtown port. In the early morning hours Monday, an 18-year-old woman drove into the port driving a black Mitsubishi. A Customs and Border Protection officer referred the vehicle to the secondary inspection area. CBP K-9 team screened the vehicle and alerted to the rear seat. Officers searched the seat and found a 48-year-old male Mexican citizen hidden within a non-factory compartment. Officers extracted the man from the vehicle, escorted him to a secure area for processing. Female driver, a U.S. citizen, was arrested and later booked into Imperial County Jail to await criminal proceedings. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, a slow-moving and wet storm system has brought waves of widespread rain to the region and will continue through Friday. High temperatures will remain in the low 70s across the Imperial and Yuma valleys. The heaviest rain, along with possible thunderstorms, is expected Thursday afternoon into early Friday morning. After a brief dry period this weekend, another much colder storm system is becoming more likely for the early to middle part of next week. 64 our high yesterday, 56 the low. Rain measured at 0.29 inches at Imperial County Airport. Today, it'll be partly sunny with a high near 76, light winds, patchy fog in the morning, and a 20% chance of showers after 11 a.m. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 59, west-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, a 20% chance of showers after 11 p.m. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 74 and light winds. There is a 70% chance of showers, then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 11 a.m. tomorrow. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch are possible. Higher amounts possible if the thunderstorms develop. 55 degrees, 100% relative humidity with dense patchy fog throughout the valley. The wind calm. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services. It's sports time brought to you by Burgers and Beer. NBA action. The Celtics over the Pacers 114-111. Wizards whipped the Knicks 122-115. Bulls beat the Cavaliers 108-103. Rockets rolled. They topped the Timberwolves 117-111. Magic they beat the Grizzlies 121-115. Spurs 119, Mavericks 109. Trailblazers topped the Suns 121-105. Clippers beat up on the Warriors 131-107. And the Nets surprised the Lakers 104-102.
Dad, we're hungry.
Siri, restaurants nearby.
Here are some options.
I want sushi Buckley fries.
And I want an Imperial Thick Burger.
But I want a salad.
Okay, I just want a juicy burger and an ice cold beer. And I don't want to miss the game.
Everyone quiet, please. I have the place. Burgers and beer. Great food. Ice cold beer, and you can watch your favorite game.
Burgers and Beer has something delicious for everyone. Burgers and Beer. The best burgers in town.
You're welcome.
Former New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski is close to finalizing a deal with the WWE. Yeah, well, Gronk is in deep talks with the pro wrestling promotion, according to information. 2 NFL teams have proposed the addition of a booth umpire to each officiating crew for the 2020 season, one of 7 team-based rule changes that league owners will consider this offseason. And baseball, the Padres farm system ranked the majors second best. Yeah, well, they all have major league experience because they all played for the Padres last year. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Burgers and Beer.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at weather brought to you by your Imperial Valley Ford dealers. Taking a look at the markets, U.S. stock indexes opened sharply lower as the benchmarks resumed a slide. Hopes were dented for a quick round of fiscal stimulus to limit a U.S. economic slowdown caused by the COVID-19 outbreak. The Dow Jones Industrial Average off 740 points in early trading. The S&P 500 down as well, as was the NASDAQ composite. Analysts at Goldman on Wednesday, in a research note, signaled that the worldwide epidemic may result in a bear market, widely defined as a decline of at least 20% from a recent peak.
Built Ford Tough means built to last. That's why Ford F-Series are the best-selling trucks in America, and they have been for 43 years straight. It's not hard to see why. Ford F-150 has best-in-class payload, tons of smart tech, and a truckload of other claims to fame. Drive it like a Ford. Drive it today. Drive it home. Now get F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months. That's no interest for 6 years on the legendary F-150. Only at your Imperial Valley Ford dealers. Learn more at buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2019 calendar year total sales, max payload on F-150 XL regular cab 8-foot box 5.0 liter 4x2 heavy-duty payload package. Classes full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR. See label on door jamb for carrying capacity of the specific vehicle. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0 for 72 months at $13.89 per month per thousand finance regardless of down payment. Excludes Raptor. Offer ends 3/31/2020. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
It will be partly sunny today with a high near 76 and light wind. Expect patchy fog in the morning and a 20% chance of showers after 11 a.m. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 59. West-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. A 20% chance of showers after 11 p.m. Partly sunny on Thursday with a high near 74. There is a 70% chance of showers. Then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 11 a.m. tomorrow. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch are possible. 55 degrees, thick patchy fog throughout the Imperial Valley, the wind calm. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by... Well, no, it was financial news and weather brought to you by your Imperial Valley Ford dealers.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM1230 at 7 a.m. and now on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a 5-minute podcast highlight of the show or the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
CBS News is coming up. After the news, we're back with more of the best oldies on the radio.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kathan. With more than 1,000 coronavirus cases in the U.S. and 32 deaths, Congress has a key question for a top health expert.
Is the worst yet to come, Dr. Fauci?
Yes, it is.
Dr. Anthony Fauci on Capitol Hill. Big events are being called off. This morning, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot postponed the city's St. Patrick's Day parade.
We concluded that having a parade at this time posed unnecessary risk to the public's health.
Washington State considering a ban on large public gatherings. JetBlue's CEO says demand for flights has fallen more due to the coronavirus than after 9/11. 3 airport screeners in San Jose tested positive. Markets are selling off again. The Dow is down 900 points. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The White House hasn't offered any specifics yet on a stimulus package, just big ideas, like a payroll tax holiday through the end of the year and some kind of relief for individuals and industries affected by the outbreak. Aides aren't able to say how much the package might cost, never mind how they'd pay for it.
Joe Biden won 4 states in yesterday's Democratic primary voting: Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, and Idaho. Bernie Sanders won North Dakota. Washington State still tabulating a close race. CBS's Steve Futterman in Detroit.
The states that are upcoming look very good for Joe Biden, but there is still that debate on Sunday in Arizona. It will be Biden against Bernie Sanders, just the two of them. And if there's a spot where Bernie Sanders might be able to regain some traction, it could be that debate.
All 6 of the women who testified against Harvey Weinstein are there today for his sentencing in New York. WCBS Radio's Marla Diamond says he faces up to 29 years.
Prosecutors cite a litany of sexual abuse and harassment allegations against Weinstein dating back to the late 70s in asking Judge James Burke for a harsh sentence. His attorneys have asked for 5 years, saying it would essentially be a life sentence for Weinstein given his age and medical issues.
An investigation by the LA Opera finds sexual harassment claims against Placido Domingo credible. 10 women have made accusations there. Overseas, a British prince was pranked.
Prince Harry apparently thought he was talking to climate activist Greta Thunberg and her father when he said this.
I don't mind saying this to you guys. I think the mere fact that Donald Trump is pushing the coal industry so big in America, he has blood on his hands.
Instead, he was talking to Russian pranksters who've gleefully released a tape purporting to be of the Duke of Sussex. No comment from Harry, but no denial either. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Wall Street, again after yesterday's rally, things are going south. The Dow is down 924. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open an account with a savings rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics,
Even more school programs.
so make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Learn more at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. Soon you'll have a separate fridge in the basement, where extra groceries are exiled forever. Remember that frozen lasagna? Of course you don't. It's been down there since 2008. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. Piece of cake. Behind the lasagna, it's very old. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
The government says consumer prices rose slightly last month. The uptick was led by higher food prices. CBS's Deborah Rodriguez tells us there's a listeria outbreak causing some concern.
Federal health officials say 36 people in 17 states have gotten sick from eating enoki mushrooms. 4 were pregnant women. 4 others have died in California, Hawaii, and New Jersey. The fungi have long, thin white stems and small caps. They usually come in clusters. The batches that tested positive for listeria are imported from Korea by Sun Hung Foods in Montebello, California. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The 2020 census form is available online now. With the soft launch of a federal website, forms will be mailed out starting tomorrow. 80% who get those mailings will get instructions for how to fill things out online. Door-to-door visits will start in May. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hoppy, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez.
Watch in effect from Thursday morning through Friday morning. The National Weather Service in Phoenix has issued a flash flood watch for portions of southwest Arizona and southeast California, including the following areas in southwest Arizona: central La Paz County, Gila River Valley, Cofa, Parker Valley, and Yuma. In southeast California, Palo Verde Valley and southeastern Imperial County. From Thursday morning through Friday morning, widespread showers and thunderstorms are expected across the area Thursday into early Friday, with desert rain totals around 1 inch with localized amounts over 1.5 inches possible. Rain may be heavy at times and could lead to flash flooding of washes, creeks, and other low elevation locations. A flash flood watch means that flooding of washes, creeks, and other drainage areas is possible within the watch area. If you are in the watch area, you should watch the weather and be prepared to take immediate action should heavy rain and flooding occur or a flash flood warning be issued.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Present to you with this year's Choice YouTuber Award,
Carroll Buckley.
Prepare to get rocked.
That was unbelievable.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, let me call you back, man.
Hey man, how's it going?
Hi, so I have this stain and I heard you're the guy.
Say no more. Valley Dry Cleaning's got you covered. There you go, man.
Cool, man. Hey, man, you got it out. What'd you guys do?
Let's just say we've got a secret weapon.
Thanks, man.
This is an ugly candy bar, Peter Paul's almond cluster. It bulges from the way they stuff those almonds and crunchy stuff inside. It's so ugly, in fact, we're not going to show it to you. But don't go away, we're going to show you something. Isn't that something? Believe me, it's better than looking at our candy bar. Funny thing, ugly as it is, almond cluster tastes just beautiful. Why people who make such a crunchy, chocolatey candy can't fix the way it looks? I don't know, maybe we should be on the radio or something, skywriting.